Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Truth to Youth. Super excited to be with you again. First episode, man, we had a lot of fun with that. And we're super pumped to be back again.
We have another challenge for you guys this week. We are doing a blindfolded drawing challenge.
Easy.
So we're gonna do it, and then we want you guys to send us your videos of you doing a blindfolded drawing of some sort.
Oh yeah.
And there's going to be a prize involved, obviously.
Duh.
We had a few good suggestions of online gift cards, so keep sending us your suggestions of things that you would like to win.
Yeah.
Should we start?
So, let's just jump right into it.
All right. We have our basket of things.
This one's do you want a landscape or portrait? It probably depends what we're drawing. I'll let you decide after that. We don't know what we're drawing yet, by the way. We have a bucket of random things in here that we're just going to pick one and go for it. And handy dandy blindfold. Can I have one of the markers, please,
Yeah,
Lauren?
totally. Sorry.
Let's make this a fair challenge, should we?
All right.
So, would you care for
Who's
the
going
honors?
first?
What do you mean going? We do it at the same time.
Yes, we do.
And then they are going to vote.
Who did better?
Yeah.
We're
I'll
good.
pick.
You pick. Do the honors.
A house.
All right.
We're going to draw a house.
Let's do it.
How many levels is your house going to have?
Haven't decided yet. How many is yours gonna have?
You know what? I think I want to go. Oh, we need to set a timer.
Yes.
For what shoot? This is going to be fast. Like 15 seconds?
15 seconds.
Fast?
I need to take
Does that work for you?
Off. Yep, 15 seconds.
Things like these probably should have set up beforehand.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to hit that when I'm blindfolded. I'll figure it out. You know what? We'll just wait until I'm done drawing and then the time's up.
Yeah, okay. You ready?
No, I'm not ready. I have to find my marker. Okay.
I know it.
I'm just going to peek for a second so I can hit the timer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to get the marker on. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I struggle. I just gave up. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, wait. I missed. Okay, we're going.
I drew. I have no idea what this looks like.
A house, hopefully. Stop! Marker's down. Yeah.
Okay, are you looking?
I'm really... Stop! My apologies.
All right. All right.
Hey, we
Were
watched
you
the truth.
peeking?
No, I wasn't peeking. You gotta show them what we do.
Okay.
Look how amazing that is. There's
My
video
roof
evidence.
is a little bit harder.
It's not very structurally stable. Also, you have a flower
it's a
where I
loft.
have a tree.
All right. Round
Size
two.
proportionate. Also, your doorknob is...
It's not on the door.
I got a window just...
That is.
All right.
You did way better. Than
Round
me.
2. Round 2.
We didn't
have
bring
nothing
anything to erase it with. Oh, we have
Good thing we
toilet
have our
paper.
quarantine kit still with us. This is like offensive how valuable this is, and that we're just using it to wipe our drawings.
We're
Not-
wasting it. Sorry, guys.
goodness,
It's not very
here.
good toilet paper, anyways. So.
No, nobody wants this.
Oh.
Wow.
All right.
Is that working?
Not really. It's fine.
I'm struggling.
Here.
Okay, you can go ahead and pick the next one.
All right, number 2.
Got some like Windex or something.
A car.
Oh, nice.
All right. You ready for this?
Okay. Timer. And oh my goodness. I'm not ready for this at all. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Blindfold set.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh no. I'm just doing one line and hoping that it.
This is a guess. Ah! No! Oh, cool.
Whoa, you did
every
a
time I
road?
surprise myself with how good I am.
All right.
You got some sick rims.
Thank you.
My wheel fell off, but other than that,
neither of your wheels are on. I don't know, Michael.
potholes these days are
They're
no
huge.
joking matter, okay?
It's true. I have a windshield, yours doesn't, and yours doesn't even really look like a car, so...
You know what? Kind of looks more like a turtle.
Yeah. It does.
All right,
I think I
all
won
right.
that one.
Tiebreaker. I mean, they're deciding who wins, but...
Right.
Can reuse our toilet paper.
Yeah.
Gross.
Okay, last one. Just one.
I'm
Michael.
picking. I saw it. Family.
Family. Okay,
Family.
sweet. Ready?
And
Blindfold set.
2, 1, go. No!
Oh.
I only have the mom and dad.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, okay. All right, all right.
So, this is...
So mine. What is the hair on your people?
So these were supposed to be his glasses, but they missed. You probably can't find them.
That's
unfortunate. And every mom has curly hair.
Right.
So, and of course they're wearing a dress. And this is their very tiny newborn baby that's all swaddled up, bundled.
Just hanging out
sleeping
alone.
in a cradle.
Right.
That's...
I got a dad, a mom, curly, wavy hair.
Yeah, okay.
That's
well,
the thing.
we grew up with different moms.
A
So.
little child with one hair apparently sticking out.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you vote.
Right.
Tiebreaker.
It's up
Tell
to
us what you
guys.
think. In the meantime, I'm going to get rid of this thing. Ugh. Moving on in the show, we did our at-home challenge. Now it's time for a devotional challenge. You guys been tracking with us. We've been doing a chapter of Hebrews every day this week, which puts us to chapter 7 today.
Yep.
We're just curious, what stood out to you? We're going to share a few thoughts of what we appreciated in these first couple chapters of Hebrews. Lauren, do you mind sharing your thoughts with us?
Yes. So I'm starting what stood out to me in chapter 4, verse 14 to 16-ish. It talks about Jesus as our high priest. And it says we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, yet just as we are, yet has not sinned. And that's just really encouraging, I think, especially during isolation, during self-quarantining and all this stuff that we're going through right now. We have a God who can sympathize with us. And that is really encouraging, and he's a God that we can hold firmly to, and we can cling on to, and
one who can sympathize us, but also one who's not distant from us.
Yeah.
We feel the distance from people right now, but we don't have to feel that with Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Michael.
Oh. Just a little bit later, it's kind of like the end of chapter 5, beginning of chapter 6. It's talking about this whole don't drink milk, but eat solid food kind of analogy. It's saying that, it's really easy for us as believers to just stick to the very basic principle matters of faith and what it means to be a follower of Christ. That stuff is good, but it can't sustain us forever. We actually have to keep growing, and just like a baby moves from milk to solid food, we also have to move forward from these elementary principles to these deeper matters of what it means to follow Jesus. And if we don't take that step forward, there's actually a pretty harsh warning that we're not going to make it very far in this faith journey. So it's really challenging, but it's important, and that's why it stood out to me.
That's awesome.
We're curious, what stood out to you guys? Comment below, send us a direct message, and we'd love to engage with that with you.
If you guys have questions about anything you've read too, let us know. We'd love to answer those and help you work through that as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm pretty tired. I think I could take a break right now.
Yeah, me too.
See you guys after the break. You know, Lauren, our set is kind of empty, and to be honest, a little bit boring. You know, a lot of our viewers have some extra time on their hands as well. This is a great time to redecorate a space.
Yeah, be creative. Michael, I think we should probably redecorate our space too.
Let's go check out
It's kind of boring.
Use.
You know, that was successful.
It was successful. It was tiring. I think it was worth it, but no, I feel like just kind of scrolling for a little while.
Yeah, I'm still kind of bored.
Not sure
what do you want to watch,
really
Michael?
What to look at. You know, I've heard a guy named John Jorgensen. He's a pretty cool YouTuber.
Yeah, I heard he does like 7-minute sermons or something.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I think
Let's check it out.
Let's do it.
You should too.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are excited for this part of our segment. We loved having Shalise with us last week. Michael, who do we have with us today?
And guys, today we have the one, the only, Levi Koleshnikov. Come on up, join us on stage, please.
Hello.
Welcome, Levi.
I feel very welcome.
Oh, excellent.
Good.
Well,
we are glad.
It's a pleasure to have you here, man. We're excited for what you're going to share for us, but first, we need you to tell us who you are.
So, as Michael said, my name's Levi. I help here in the youth. I do help in the main church as well. And I work at Staples doing, Staple stuff.
Sweet.
Very descriptive.
Love that. Levi, what 3 things can you not live without?
Well, there's always the good old-fashioned, like, water, food, and that stuff. That's not me, though.
You're special.
No, so I like the good old, that stuff. But I do spend a lot of my time, as people have probably seen, on my devices, and that's primarily because I'm, not just wasting my time, but also trying to find things that are helpful and useful. Mostly for myself, but sometimes I do look for other people. So mainly it would be Reddit, as that is the main program that I use and website that I use. I do like sleeping a lot. So like one of my blankets is primarily my favorite. Yeah, unfortunately. And my dogs, as they're very, very helpful and annoying.
Okay. So this time when we're kind of in isolation, physical distancing, your 3 things are like super accessible.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Don't really change much.
Yeah, which, that's because I spend most of my time at home when I'm not at work or at church. But yeah, even more, they're more useful now with there being new news and new data for the coronavirus and other stuff about it, as well as, feeling safe and everything like that with my blankets and my dogs.
Nice. So you're set. You're good to go. That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Levi, you're here to talk about mental health.
Yes.
Why is that an important topic for you?
So primarily it's because I deal with it, and so do other members of my family. My grandmother, my mother, my sister. My mom has talked about it once here at the church with, there was a women's one in February, I do believe it was. And that's kind of, I guess I'm jumping ahead. That's kind of why I want to start speaking about it, because my mom has kind of encouraged me by telling her story to, I can help people closer to my age, as she has helped people closer to her age.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Cool and so valuable, and we need that. We need people to share their experiences. So today we're going to be specifically focusing on the topic of suicide. So Levi, can you just briefly catch us up on where are you coming from when you're sharing about this topic of suicide?
Yeah, so one of my worst periods in my life, it was the December of grade 12. Okay. Was not enjoying school, wasn't enjoying life in general. So most of that month, there was 2 times where I guess I could say I attempted, but I never actually went through with it, as I was, I was praying the entire time. One of the main things is that I didn't want to hurt my mother when I was doing it, as she was. I actually sent her away one time to go take my brother to school so I could end myself while she wasn't there.
Wow.
That was one time, yeah. But like I said, I was praying and thinking about it the entire time. That's kind of what stopped me from doing it.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that part of your story with us. This doesn't just come up in one day. All of a sudden you wake up and you're feeling these things. For you, when did it all start?
For me, when I first noticed it, it was in grade 12. But my mom said she noticed it since I think she said grade 6. So for me, that's half my life now. But that's when my mom noticed it. So it was probably more lesser, and she has more experience with it, so she knows more about it than I did, especially at the time. But yeah, for me, I was going to counselors at the time as well, but I didn't know what it was for. I thought it was just because I was bad at school, but actually I wasn't. So yeah.
What has been helpful for you?
So like I said, praying is quite helpful, as it is that positive voice. Primarily it's, it'll always get better, it will change, the issue won't always be the same. And anytime I'm feeling upset or depressed or suicidal, I have some good things that I do. Normally it's something I was learned or taught called STOP. It's an acronym. So you stop is the first part. You take a step back, then you observe why you're feeling this way, and then you proceed through, changing your actions or whatever.
Okay.
And when it gets too far, then I reach out to people that I can. So my mom and my sister, primarily in town, as they are people that deal with it and they know how to help with it.
Yeah.
And then I have some people at work that are quite helpful as well.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
if I ever have issues, then I can talk to them, and they understand if I need to go home or anything like that, if I'm going too far.
Yeah, and these are people in your life who understand where you're at, what you're going through, and set this up before you're in that moment where you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, and it's because I have been in the moment before, and I've gone too far. One time in September, it was actually just while Water Balloon Mania was happening, my car died, and I just went all the way, and decided that's enough. I don't have a car. I might, at the time, thought I was going to lose my job just because I wasn't performing well. That's just because I just wasn't in the right mindset while I was working and everything. And so I, once again, attempted. I, this time, did go through with it. Fortunately and unfortunately, my mother was there. My nose started bleeding at the same time, so every time I go down there, I see a blood stain on the floor, and it hurts me a little bit because I know that it hurt my mom a lot.
Yeah.
I was away for a week, and through that is where more of these steps were set up. There was a big one when I was at school at PRBI. The reason that I stopped going is just because I had I was just overwhelmed. I was thinking about it and seeing about how to do it, which is the first parts of suicide and going a little too far.
Yeah.
But I was, at the time, phoning my mom, phoning my sister, talking to them. These were set up from sort of my previous two ones.
Right.
And my doctors as well. And, going to them.
Okay. This might come across as an odd question, but why are you still here?
I think it's mostly so I can help people who need help for issues that I have come through in my life, or people that I can step alongside and aid them through, even if I haven't gone through it in my life. As there are some things that I've learned that are not meant for my illness, but they're meant for other illnesses, and they just help me as well.
Yeah. So through your experiences, you're
Yes.
able to help others walk through this
Yeah,
journey.
that's what I think it is. As you know, I'm not the. I don't want to say I'm not the brightest person, but I do have something there, so I can always help a little.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Levi, do you have any final tips or advice that you want to give our viewers that might be going through the same kind of thing or walking with a friend who are going through it?
So similar to me, having a person that they can talk to or you can talk to, it doesn't always have to be a family member. If it's just somebody that understands what's happening, like myself, or I know Shalise has gone through it, and so will some of the other people that will talk.
Yeah.
And then there's the ICAP program through, I guess it's Alberta Mental Health, and it's there for people just to talk to anonymously if they're thinking about it or if they're having issues. And that way you can actually get set up with a therapist and everything, so they can help you with not the medicated side of it, just the, building up those mental roadblocks and everything like that, so you don't go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can post a link to that in the description as well.
Yeah.
Totally.
And well, I guess praying is a big part of it, and staying firm in your faith and knowing that you're not here by accident, and it's not, some stroke of luck that you've made it this far.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great advice. Levi, thank you for sharing your story with us. We find that really valuable and beneficial. And we look forward to connecting with you again. And if anyone has questions for Levi, you can submit those and we'll connect with Levi again and do our best to answer those questions for you.
And even after this one, right? Because there'll be the Zoom afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
True. We can ask questions in person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Online, in person.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Thank you
Thanks,
very much for
Levi.
having me.
And welcome
We're back.
What do you think of a new background?
I'm loving it. What do you guys think about it?
I hope they like it.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of my value is placed on what they like. Just kidding.
Kind of.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah. All right. This brings us to the end of our show. Probably one of the most exciting parts because we get to answer your guys' questions.
This is like
and-
direct engagement with you guys. It's a lot of fun.
So some more of you guys sent in your questions this week, so thank you. Michael, why don't you bring them up for us?
All right. First question that we're going to answer today is, why are cats better than dogs?
Man, they just are.
Yeah. From my completely unbiased perspective, there's no contest at all. I mean, dogs are cute. We'll give them that. You know what? We're dealing with two positives, in my unbiased opinion.
Right.
But I think cat wins on every front. One, they're a lot easier to take care of.
That's true.
Let's just
They're
be
not
honest.
as needy.
Yeah. They're way easier to snuggle with, especially if you're like the type of person who lets your pets in bed with you, which from my inexperienced experience may or may not happen in our household. What do you think?
Cats they're more fun to play with. They're easier to get excited.
They're way
with
cheaper.
their toys. Way cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. They're just
I cannot think of a single way that a dog beats a cat.
Yeah. They're cute.
Like even in a
but-
physical fight, a cat will win most of the time.
Yeah, that's
So
they just are.
if you want to disagree, you can try. Good luck. Next question. Who I think it's between the two of us, is better at memorizing verses? Like scripture verses.
Yeah. How good are you at memorizing?
My biggest problem is like remembering to memorize, right? You know?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
probably doesn't speak much to my actual ability to memorize
Yeah.
scripture.
You know what? I
Are
have
you-
that problem too.
Oh no.
I can never remember to memorize, and
I'm really good at like refreshing Bible verse. Like if you start one, I'll probably be able to finish it, maybe.
All right.
Or possibly like might be able to have a general idea of where to find it in the Bible if you like say where it is. But to just like whip out a memory verse.
I think there's two parts to this question.
Okay.
If you sit down and try and memorize a verse, how long is it going to take you?
I could do it in a minute.
Okay, I could not do
Give
it in a
me
minute.
one verse in 1 minute.
Okay, well, I think it depends on how long the verse is. So
This is true.
it would take me probably 5 tops.
Okay.
And so then retention, how long will you be able to remember that for?
A minute.
All right.
It's like in and out. It's like, exam prep.
Yeah, totally.
You know what?
Cramming
We're going to
before
settle
the
this
exam.
tomorrow, being Wednesday. We are going to put out a video. We're each going to spend 1 minute on a verse that you guys recommend to us. And we'll study it for a minute and then try to
remember it.
Go for it off book and see how close we can get.
Okay.
Done deal.
Yeah. So send us your verse suggestions.
And if you don't send us anything, I guess we'll never find out.
Yeah. So it's up to you guys now.
The final question is, what is the difference between Calvinism and Arminianism?
Ooh.
So, first of all, if these words mean nothing to you, they're like Christianese words. They're theological, kind of two trains of thought going on here.
Yeah.
Calvinism comes from a dude named John Calvin, no doubt, stems back. This is like 1500s. This is 500 years ago where this thing started. Arminianism stems from a dude named John Wesley. John's created a lot of good biblical things.
They do.
And that was like in the 1700s. And ever since then, people have debated this back and forth of which one of them is right. What are some of the main points of contention?
So some of the main ones are if you can lose your salvation or not. And then another big one is free will versus God's sovereignty and which one overpowers.
So an Arminian will say that, you know what, yeah, you can lose your salvation. You can become a Christian and you can also walk away from that. They're also the ones who believe in free will. And which is why those two answers kind of coincide. It gives the human ability to choose if you're in or you're out.
Yeah. And then on the flip side, Calvinism believes that God is completely sovereign, and which he is, but they believe it to an extreme where you don't have any free will, and that once you're in, and you're not going to lose that salvation, even if part of your life or you decide, you know what, I'm not a Christian anymore, I don't believe in this, they believe that you'll still be in, and that you haven't lost
that you
your
were never
salvation.
in the first place.
That too, yeah.
And it was all just a fake.
Yeah.
Now, we can talk about these two things on very extremes, but really it's kind of like a sliding scale, a spectrum. And, we can take anything to the extreme, but most people don't sit on these outsides. A lot of people are sitting here.
Kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a very brief summary of some of the main differences between them. Hope that helps.
If you want to learn more,
Google.
Yeah.
Or you know
Read
what?
some books.
Don't even worry about what they're telling you, and just read the Bible and see what it says.
Totally.
And decide for yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That now brings us to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Lauren, please do our sign off. We practiced this immensely. Don't mess it up.
We so have. This has been Truth to Youth. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.